The house had stood since 1905, built on soil churned by graves and war. Locals whispered it was once a resting place not for bodies but for something else. Something that arrived when the land was still nameless. Something that needed walls. When the Broderick family bought it in 2014, they saw only the charm ornate banisters, stained glass windows, ivy curling along the facade. They saw history. They didn't see what was trapped inside. The first letter arrived before they moved in. The second came the day their children stepped inside. They were handwritten, soaked in something that smelled of iron. The paper trembled in their hands as though it had a pulse. The notes didn't threaten, they invited. They welcomed. They rejoiced in the children, in the revival of the bloodline, in new vessels for the legacy. At night, the walls whispered, not creaks words, old dead language spoken behind the plaster. Something moved in the crawl spaces, not rats, something larger, slower, breathing. The family aged fast, hair fell out. The children began drawing things, circles filled with symbols, windows with eyes, the house bleeding from its shingles. The youngest began sleepwalking, always toward the basement door. There was no basement on the floor plan. After weeks of nightmares and scratching sounds in the vents, the father pried the floorboards loose. He found a sealed hatch, bolted shut with nails older than the house itself. When he opened it, the lights blew out. Beneath the house wasn't a room, it was a pit. A spiraling tunnel of dirt and bone scrawled in markings like scars, and at the bottom a figure not alive, not dead, waiting. After that, the letters changed tone. They spoke of awakening. They spoke of the family as offerings. The children began chanting in their sleep. One vanished for 3 hours and was found in the attic, curled in a ring of soot. Desperate, the family fled. But the house did not let them go. They were found days later in a nearby motel, all seated upright in bed, their eyes burned black, mouths filled with dirt, each one clutching a letter. The house was sold again, cheap. The pit remains sealed now, but no matter how many times the boards are replaced, the smell never leaves. New letters still arrive, written in handwriting no one alive could replicate. The watchers were never people. They were the eyes of the thing below, and it is still watching.